let's start with, where do you find them? So a Facebook pixel is a way for Facebook to track you and to work out who you are, what you like, and what you will buy as a consequence of those outside of the Facebook architecture. So we put Facebook pixels on all of our different web properties, on all of the landing pages that we create for Amazon, etc., etc. We put a Facebook pixel onto it because it then allows us to use that data to do some pretty sexy stuff. So let me show you how to do it first. So I'm just in my ads manager. So I'm just go to here, and it's over on measure and report, and it's just under pixels just there. So I'll open that in a new window just so we can kind of keep that old window going. So you can see here, here's what's happening. So in the last 7 days, we've had 15,000 events based on, and that's all the different sorts of events we track based on that one Facebook pixel. So one Facebook pixel per ad account, that's what we've had. So I'll just show you what I just did then. So I just go to details, setup, install pixel, and either you will email it to your person that's going to set everything up for you, or you can just manually install it yourself, and that's where you get your pixel code from. Okay. Look at that. I mean, it's just nuts. People have got no idea. I am sure if people really understood what they do on Facebook and how Facebook treats their information, I am sure that fewer people would use Facebook. Anyway, I'm glad that most people don't realize that. So that's where you get that information from, okay? So that's pretty easy. Now, how do you use it? Let me just pause my screen for 1 little nanosecond, only because I want to go and log into my lead page account and just show you how we use it. And I don't want to show you all the other stuff we're doing, not because it's my stuff, but because it's a lot of my consulting clients as well, so I don't want to show you that. All right, so this is a landing page that I built for one of my old brands that I used to sell on Amazon, Pet Ultimates. I've since sold that business, and so we use this as a place to send cold traffic, so Facebook, Google AdWords, when it lets us. It doesn't always let us use a landing page. It's a bit fickle. Bing, YouTube, blah, 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 blah. We send it here first, and I covered why we do that in last week's Q&A. And we track, and then once they get them here, we track them. So we can put in we can put in all of our analytical code into this area here. So your Facebook code would go into there, for instance. Google Analytics, which does exactly the same thing, goes into there, for instance. So that information all goes into there. Close that saving. And then we can use that landing page to send traffic to it. So let's just have a look. View page. I'll give you the link to this. Ding, 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 send to all. So we send traffic to here, and it's like a middle page, but when they land here, we can then send them off to Amazon if we want to go and buy the product on Amazon. Pretty cool. Oh, they've got Amazon's Choice now. That's pretty sexy. Although for that search term, who would care, really? Anyway, I don't want to get into that. God, I'm such a bitch. Freaking hell, what am I like? Bitchy Neil. Anyway, so we send them here, and then we have the Facebook pixel on it, which means we can then track them on the web. We can remarket to them to tell them to come back and buy our product. We can take the people who have purchased the product based on clicks on this link here, this add to cart link, and build an audience out of them, and then create what's called a lookalike audience. So we put our advert in front of more people. In short, it allows you to do some massively sexy things on Amazon or with your Amazon listing by using other traffic sources. And the great thing is, most marketers, Amazon entrepreneurs, are not marketers. And so they don't bother with any of this, and it means that the game is so open for people what do it, that it's like shooting fish in a barrel. It truly, truly is like shooting fish in a barrel. So Neil, I hope that gives you a little bit of insight into what a Facebook pixel is, and also how to get your Facebook pixel, and then how to utilize it. Now, the question I often get asked is, can you put a Facebook pixel on Amazon? No, you cannot. Amazon does not let you put Facebook pixels onto Amazon product details pages. That's why we use a landing page like this, so that we can control the customer much more. We can control the customer much more. How that helps, Neil. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales I've used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now. So typically what we would do, depending on our objective, if we were just going to send it to a landing page like this from Facebook for something like a product launch, for instance, then we would engage a traffic campaign, which is this consideration here, traffic. If you're in my inner circle, then on Thursday night, I'm doing Amazon Messenger bots with you. So we're going to be doing all about how to use Messenger bots, which is this one just here. I'm going to teach you how to use messengers and messenger systems to do that. But for this little demo, we do traffic. Let's call it traffic. So I've covered all this before, so I don't want to go into it too much. Typically, though, your daily budget is $20, not $100. Just press continue. And then you will create your audience. So let's just say they're in Australia. If you're doing a launch, then you'd also want them to like coupon. Oops, not custom audience. Asher, what are you doing? Scrolly. Dun, dun, dun. So I like them to get coupons. If I'm doing a launch and I'm doing a launch with a coupon, then I like them to like coupons. That's always good. And I also want them to like the platform that I'm selling on, of course. So Amazon.com or .com.au, depending on what you're selling on. And then I also then, of course, want them to be males versus females. The age range is right. What their interests are. All of those awesome things that the customer avatar will tell you, I also want to put all those things in. Okay, so let's just assume that I have done that. Now, here's the important part, placements. Facebook wants your money. Mark Zuckerberg needs money. He is broke. That man is poor. And so he wants all the money he can get. So he will recommend to you that you use the automatic placements, which means they put your Facebook ads in all the shitty places that they can't sell the advertising space to smart marketers to. So if you just use it on automatic, Facebook instantly knows you're an amateur, you're a beginner, and you deserve to have all your money taken off you by Facebook. No, you don't deserve it, but you know what I mean. So instead you want to edit your placements. So looky here. So we've got platforms, Facebook, audience network, never use that. Instagram, so that comes bundled in, and Messenger, all right? So that's all the platforms that you can edit out. And what you want to do is you want to set up a campaign, doink, 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 just with Instagram. So just with Instagram, just run them on Instagram, on the Instagram feed, and on Instagram stories perhaps, although typically I just do Instagram feed. Do not, so that's how you do it. Do not just put it all into the same campaign. Separate them out. So do an Instagram campaign. So set up your advert, yada, 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 all good. And then come back, same again, except for this time, you're going to do a Facebook campaign. Get off. A Facebook campaign. So you do a Facebook one. And you want to get rid of stories because that's shit. And you want to get rid of, depending on what you're doing, but typically you'll get rid of marketplace. Unless you've got a video, you'll get rid of video. And I, generally speaking, get rid of stories too because that's crap. What else we got here? And articles, also crap. They don't make any money. Don't use those. The ones that you want the most of are Facebook news feeds. Everything else is pretty much bullshit. So just do that. That's going to give you the best bang for your buck. Do not put them all in one thing. That's what Facebook wants you to do. And the reason Facebook wants you to do that is because you can't then see which marketing is working best. You can't see what's working best for you. And you don't want that. You want to know what's working best. Very, very important to know that. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing. If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales I've used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now. Alright, so this is David's page, and actually Dave's done a great job of his website. It looks really good. You should be very proud of this. It's a really nicely done website. So kudos to you for that. It looks good. So, Google. How on earth do you get your website to rank on Google? Where to begin? Well, let me start with what Google wants, because it's always best to start from the point of what does Google want. Okay, so Google wants, let's just do, Google wants your website to do three things, and you should write these down because these are really important. So Google wants your website to be relevant, meaning if a searcher, somebody who comes to Google, goes to your website, will they find what they expect to find? So if a searcher is looking for a back brace, for instance, and they come to your site, is that what your website is all about? Is your website all about back braces, or have you somehow made a mistake or misled your customers, even worse, and it's about something else instead? Okay, so that's the first thing it wants. It wants your website to be relevant for the searches that are being performed, because it wants to provide Google customers with a good search experience. That's thing number one. Thing number two is it wants something called recency. And recency means that the content on your website is new and up to date. There are billions of websites out there, and as such, Google has to constantly evaluate the websites that it looks at to make sure that the content is up to date. The only way it can do that, because there's no way it could stay up to date with every different category and niche and thing online, so the only way it can do that is looking at when you post things onto your website. It makes a educated guess about the information on your website and how useful it is now based on when you posted it. So that's recency. Third thing is frequency. So Google wants your website to be constantly updated with new information. And again, the reason for that is because Google wants you to stay up to date with what's happening in your field. So by posting things frequently on your website, once a week as a minimum, what you're telling Google is that your website and the content on it is bang up to date. So they are the three pillars of website SEO for Google. And that also applies to most other search engines as well. So you've got to do that. That's the first place to start, David, by making sure they're done. All right, so given that that's a given, let's go and have a look at your site. So what I'm doing now is I'm just seeing what Google can see on your site. Is your site indexed by Google? So to do that, I put site, colon, and then your website without the HTTPS, etc. All right, so Google has seen your website and has indexed your website, which is fantastic. So we know that Google has had a look at it. Let's just see what's in Google's cache. That means what's Google storing for your website? What does it store about your website? Anything there? Let's do a text-only version, see if we can find that. Well, so that tells us that Google isn't really able to look at much on your website. So that's not good. So let's have a look at why that might be the case. So a couple of tools that you will need. So probably the most important things you can do next, based on what we've just seen so far, is go to Webmaster Tools. Webmaster Tools. And it's here. So either Google Webmasters. And you want to make sure, actually I'll give you the link for that. You want to make sure that your website has been sent to all, has been submitted to Google Webmaster Tools. You definitely want to do that. Second thing you definitely want to do is make sure you've got Google Analytics code on your website, so Google knows that you're using all of its services. And let's just scroll back again. And one more. Here we go. So the other thing you want to check is that you're using the full secure HTTPS protocol. So now it's a secure website, which you are, so that's also good. And then let's go back one more again. So just be tagging these things off as I kind of talk about them. Next up is these parts here. Dunk. Oops. And dunk. So those two things here. That's like your title and your description on your Amazon listing, and Google looks at these and looks at them a lot. You've done a good job on these. So you've got Pro Performance Plus, Posture Corrector, Back and Neck Pain Relief, which is awesome. The Posture Corrector Plus is a fully adjustable clavicle brace, blah, 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 blah. That's pretty cool too. So they look good. I definitely think you've done a good job on those. And the final thing I would look at as well, let's just go to the mobile friendly and just have a look at if it's mobile friendly. Dun, dun, dun. Because most searches on Google are done on mobiles now. So you want to make sure that your website is mobile friendly. So let's just take the link and go over to search.google.com/test/mobile-friendly. Let's just test it. And that's going to tell us how your website fares on Google when somebody's on a mobile device. Google is pretty much all in on mobile, so it's incredibly important to make sure that your website operates really, really well. And it is, so that's great, looks good. Looks really, really nice actually on mobile, so you've done a good job there. So that's the things that I always check. They're your starting points for your for your foundations, if you like, for SEO. So that brings us back to, how do you get your actual product to rank? Well, now we come back to the three keys to this, which is relevancy. And I would say you have got a relevant website for the search term posture corrector. If that's what you're optimized for, I'd say that's a relevant search term for that. Posture corrector there, posture is there, posture corrector is there. So that's good. Recency and frequency. So your next job is to do two things, because I can see actually down here, let's go and check out. And I don't really want to go to Instagram, but I will. Your next jobs are to keep posting stuff onto your Facebook page, where you're linking back to your website if you want your website to rank. And of course you can do the same thing on your Instagram. Nice job, by the way, on here. Very nicely done. Yeah, you're kicking ass. I love it. That's good. 37 posts, 43 people. That's good. My website seems to be slow for some reason. And also to post content onto here. So that's kind of where you're up to now. You've got to be posting your content onto here. The easiest thing to do is post your content onto your website and then share it onto your page. So post on here and then share on here. That's the easiest thing to do. And by doing that, you still get all of the advantages as far as Facebook's concerned and as far as Instagram's concerned, but you also then get to add new content to your website. And that's an easy little way for you to increase the frequency of posting. And then as you continue to do that, over time your website will rise up through the search engines. Now, if you want to fast track that, is inner circle different to diamond? Yes, it is, but you get inner circle if you're in diamond. If you want to fast track that, you need to build something called an SEO link wheel, and that's a topic of conversation for another time. But that's very, very solid SEO advice for you. So, David, I hope that helps. Nice looking website, nice job on everything you've done. Very, very cool. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much, much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales I've used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon. that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now. If it is your first product that you are launching onto Amazon, do not launch in 3 markets at once. It is too much to manage for sure. There's too many moving parts for sure. Instead, pick a market, and I'm going to fully suggest that you start with Australia. Pick one market, launch there, and then once you've got that marketplace launched and working, scale out to the next marketplace. Now, for me, it's always best to launch in your home marketplace. So if you were in India, I'd be telling you to launch in India. But because you're in Australia, it's best to launch on amazon.com.au. Why? Well, it's easier, and it's as simple as that. It's just easier to launch there. There's less moving parts, and you will understand more about the nuances of selling to your Australians in this instance. You'll understand more about the nuances of selling to Australians, and also you'll find it much easier from time zones, and there's a whole raft of different things that can go wrong, that don't go wrong when you're selling in your home market. So it's much, much easier. Now, will you make as much money as when you started selling in the USA, for instance? Probably not. Probably not. But I still think it's the better strategy to do, because your first product that you launch is a tenuous thing indeed. Motivation is fleeting with your first product. And so you want to do everything you can to have a successful launch, and then you can parlay that and bootstrap that into launching in other marketplaces. It's kind of like when you learn, I don't know, like when you learn cooking. When you learn to cook, you start off with simple things: spaghetti bolognese, spaghetti carbonara, whatever it might be. You start off with simple things, and then as you get going, you learn more complex things. You learn how to make your own bread, and then you're learning how to do a 3-course meal for a dinner party, for instance. That ascension process is the same on Amazon. You start with easy things and then move on to more difficult things. That's how it works on Amazon too. That's the better way to do it. Your motivation will stay intact that way too. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales I've used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now. Well, first of all, there is no Neil recommends a minimum profit margin on Amazon, okay? I don't have one of those. I have said many times that my own Amazon business which has got many, many products, averages, depending on, well, averages between 32 and 36% profit, like pre-tax profit. So that's called EBIT, E-B-I-T profit. So EBIT profit. Averages that, 32 to 36%. And that is, of course, dependent upon what time of year it is, what I am launching, what new products I'm launching, what marketing I'm doing, yada, yada, yada. It depends, it depends, it depends. But that's a good kind of average, 32 to 36%. But if you took some products separately, I've got products that make 10% profits, but they sell like gangbusters. Like I sell hundreds of them a month, but a low margin product, and that's completely fine. I'm golden with that. I've also got products that I only sell, they're in the tens rather than the hundreds a month. I sell tens of them a month, but the margins are very, very high. And again, I am totally fine with that too. So the bottom line is you have to do your figures. And for me, I am less inclined to look at profit margins and more inclined to look at money. How much money am I getting? Because I can't spend profit margins. My bank doesn't give a shit what profit margins my business makes. My bank only cares how much money I'm putting into it. And that's the only thing you should care about too. So don't get caught up on profit margins. It's of no consequence. The only thing that matters is how much money are you making. You can't spend margins. You can spend money though. So focus on that. That's why I'm happy to have a product that makes me $15,000 a month, whatever it might be, with very, very low margins, but it still makes me a profit of $15,000 a month. I don't care about that. I'm focused on the $15,000, not on the 10% profit, if that makes sense. So you've got to put your emphasis in the right place. Put your emphasis on where the money is, not where the margin is. So how does that apply to wholesale? Exactly the same. Put your emphasis on how much money you will make per month, not on what profit margin you will make per month. Don't be so caught up on that. Get caught up on how much money you're going to put in your bank every month. That's the better figure to focus on. Because that figure, there's a lot of ways to get to that figure. There's lots and lots of ways to get to that figure. So it's the better thing to focus on. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales I've used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now. first of all, what the hell is inventory performance index? Okay, so the inventory performance index is simply an internal measure that Amazon has come up with that tells you how much stock you've got on hand versus how many sales you're making per month. And if you have got too much stock on hand with the given amount of sales you're making per month, then you will have a low performance rating. And if you've got kind of what's, the perfect amount, which for Amazon, by the way, is 3 months, the perfect amount of stock on hand, then you get a high inventory performance index. That is, at a very gross level, what that index is all about. Okay, it's simply a measure of your stock on hand relative to what Amazon calls your sales velocity, aka how many sales are you making a week, a month, and how much stock have you got on hand given the amount of sales you're making. I hope that makes sense. So that's what it is. It has absolutely zero impact on your ranking on Amazon. Zero impact on your ranking on Amazon. Why? Well, pretty simple. Amazon does not give a shit how bad you are at managing your stock and your stock levels. Amazon doesn't care about that because Amazon's worst case scenario is you run out of stock, and in that case it will simply usurp your product and sell somebody else's product. No big deal. And B, if you've got too much stock on hand, then you will get charged long-term storage fees, and Amazon will make money by charging you long-term storage fees. So Amazon doesn't give a shit how badly you do at managing your stock. It makes money anyway. So the only thing, therefore, that matters to Amazon is, let's think about Amazon. It's always best, always best to think about what's best for Amazon. So Amazon is a business that you and I would think of is in the business of selling products, but it's not. It's not in that business at all. Okay? Amazon is in the business of maximizing ROI from its searchers, from any given search. That is the core of Amazon's business, and everything else is a spider's web off of that. So if we do a search on Amazon, floating candle, for instance. So we've come to Amazon as a customer. I've got my credit card, or I'm a member of Prime, and my credit card is already with Amazon, and I'm now searching. So here is Amazon's opportunity to make money from me, and Amazon's entire game now is to make as much money as possible from me now. That's what it's trying to do, maximize the profits potential of a given search. So what you have to do now, so here's one way it's maximizing profits. It's got sponsored ads. So now it's starting to make some profit. If I click on those ads, Amazon gets paid. So let's just click on an ad. So I've clicked on an ad, and now I'm thinking, do I want to buy this product? Well, I'm not really that interested in it. It doesn't really do what I want it to do. They're not the right size, or whatever it may be. So no, you know what? I'm going to go and look somewhere else. So let's have a look at these other things. Now, the second I've done that, what Amazon sees is this product here did not make money. This person, this searcher, this customer did not buy. And so next time it shows the search engine results page for floating candles, it will take into consideration that this product here did not make a sale, and it will drop it in the search rankings. It'll drop it just a tiny little bit in the search rankings, and something else will rise above it to see if that product will make sales instead. The only thing that matters to Amazon is maximizing the ROI, the return on investment for any given search. That's all that matters. And so to make money on Amazon as a seller, our job is also therefore to maximize the number of people who click on our advert and buy our product, because by doing that, or whatever it might be, click on this little thing here, it doesn't necessarily need to be an advert. By doing that, we teach Amazon that we will make it money when people search for floating candles. We teach Amazon that we should be in the game on the SERPs, on this search engine results page, for that search term, because we can make Amazon money. That's what we're saying to Amazon. That's how SEO works. So everything we do, as far as SEO is concerned, is all geared around that. That's what it's all geared around, okay? Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. Amazon only cares about maximizing the return for a given search term, a given search phrase. Everything else is secondary to that consideration. So if you do a shitty job with your product and start getting bad reviews, well, those reviews will appear here, and so you'll make less sales. And if you make less sales, you'll get dropped down the search results page. If you do a good job and get good reviews, you'll rise up the search page, etc., etc., etc. That's how that works. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales have used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.